Hey guys, this is Elazur and welcome to a new tutorial video. This is going to be a complete medic guide for beginners and more advanced players. Things you need to do and avoid, all packed in one. As it's going to be a long video with lots of information at once, you can pause and come back to it later if you wish. But before, let me thank you, all of you guys, for the amazing response after my last video. People really enjoyed it and asked for more. It makes me happy to get you guys what you want. Anyway, after this video your teammates will all thank you, enemies will fall before you, and you will enjoy playing medic, because yes, let's tell the truth. People don't like to play medic, but that's mostly because they have no idea how to play it, or even be useful at all. Just like my pyro video, I'm gonna do this in a couple of parts. First I'll talk about all the weapons, then show the one I find the most important to demonstrate. Then I will go a little more in-depth while talking about movement and reaction as a medic. First off, you have to remember that as a medic you are constantly gaining health every second of the game. And also you run almost as fast as a scout, which is already faster than all the other classes. Now let's start talking about the primary weapons of the medic, the syringe guns. The multiple choices of guns that are offered to you are very different from each other's. They deal very little damage per second when used, so it is going to be for self-defense most of the time. The stock syringe gun attacks quickly with pretty low damage dealt, but be careful as it is a very powerful weapon against people running in a straight line at you like pyros. It fires so quickly that those little damage will multiply very fast. The Bloodsucker gives the medic less health regen but grants free HP on every hit. As your role requires you to stay alive as long as possible, I would not advise this weapon if you take your job seriously. Just keep it for the fun. Then comes the Crusader's Crossbow, which is one of my favorite weapons in the game. In a lot of aspects, it looks more like the Sniper's Huntsman and acts like it. I don't recommend using this for beginners as it requires to be able to hit your targets quite precisely. It fires an arrow that deals damage regarding the distance the actual projectile travels. The fun fact about the crossbow is that it heals your teammates if you hit them with it, so it's the perfect weapon to use when you are far from your group and you want to be helpful. Just fire in the back. At best you will hit the enemy, but also it could heal teammates. The overdose makes you run even faster for every percent your overcharge grows, making it useful for medics roaming around, but it is also dealing less damage than the standard syringe gun, making it dangerous to use if you end up on your own. The medic primary weapons should be only used when you can't rely on anyone else, or in the case of the crossbow, when coming back to battle. The medic's secondary weapons are his mediguns. Now you have to understand the mediguns are the main weapons of the medic. The mediguns are used to heal your teammates to their full health. Past that you will see their health bar going even bigger. This is called overhealing someone. That overhealing will fade away back to full health slowly after you stop overhealing a friend. With each medigun, you need to build your charge percentage to be able to ubercharge. This builds while healing players, going even faster if they are below their full health. Each medigun has a very unique ubercharge that can be used with your right click in different occasions that I'm going to review next. Be aware that the effects of the overcharges will only apply if you are using the secondary weapon, so after popping an overcharge, don't change weapon until it's finished. The first one is the stock medigun, but for now we will call it only medigun. This weapon gives health at the default rate, and its overcharge grants invincibility for both you and the target you are healing. Use the medigun overcharge to destroy sentries or large groups of enemies. The second one is called the Kritzkrieg. In terms of healing power, the Kritzkrieg gives you the same amount of health and overhealing than the medigun. Now what is different is that you will have your overcharge meter filled 25% faster than with the medigun. The Uber is referred often as Uber crits or just crits. It gives full critical hits to the person targeted with the beam for a few seconds. This is used very efficiently against packs of enemies on attack or on defense to clean a point full of players. Be careful of something though. This doesn't protect you from damage like the Medigun Ubercharge does, meaning that you can get killed or stabbed while using it. The other important point to be careful with is sentries. Critical hits does not affect buildings in Team Fortress 2, so a critical hit on the sentry won't destroy it faster than a normal one. The last two mediguns are more occasional, but can still be used very efficiently. The third one is the Quick Fix. This one is quite different. It heals 40% faster than the other mediguns, but only allows 50% of the maximum overheal the other one does. Just like the Kritzkrieg, it fills the overcharge meter 25% faster, making it a nice medigun to use during fast-paced battles. My favorite thing about the Quick Fix is the fact that it mimics the speed bonus your target has, meaning that you will run as fast as a scout if you are healing one. It can also be used on sticky jumping demomen and rocket jumping soldiers to join them in the air, as the Quick Fix gives you the ability to also copy the jump of the person you are healing. The overcharge of the Quick Fix will heal at triple the healing rate and make you and your patient immune to movement impairing effects such as stun, knockback and slowdown, including the Pyro's air blast. However, the medic and target will not become invulnerable to attacks during this time, so just be careful with it. Now for the last medigun, I'm going to talk about the Vaccinator. This weapon is not used by many people, and it's mostly because people don't understand how to use it. Unlike the other mediguns, this one requires for the medic to be a lot more aware of what kind of damage the player is healing receives. Using the reload button by default on this weapon will change its resistance bonus, from fire to bullet or explosive resistance. It will make you and your target 10% more resistant to the chosen bonus. The Vaccinator will overheal people really slowly compared to the other mediguns, but in the meantime, its overcharge meter goes up 50% faster. You will notice that unlike the other ones, this medigun can stack up to 4 small overcharges that can be deployed one at a time, giving strong resistance against chosen damage for the duration of each small charge. Like previously said, the Vaccinator is unique in the way it works, and it requires a lot more attention to be used efficiently. That will be it for the mediguns. Now let's talk about the medic melee weapons. The stock weapon is the Bonzo. While main weapons are often the best, I would never advise anyone to use this one. The reason for that is pretty simple. The medic has two other weapons that have the same exact damage as the Bonzo, but have additional effects. The Amputator, for example, will heal all of your nearby teammates when using a taunt with it. This can be used in situations where one medic cannot help everyone at once, potentially saving the life of multiple players with only one taunt. This weapon also adds more health regen to the medic that has the weapons out. The second weapon that replaces the Bonzo is the funny looking Solemvo. The bonus this one has makes the medic able to see the health bars of all the enemies, which is very useful in competitive TF2 to have a better situation awareness. Now to me the last two weapons are the one I use the most. The Viteso will reduce a small amount of your maximum health as a medic, but when equipped it preserves up to 20% of the overcharge you had stored after you die. Even though this bonus is really good to get back into fighting quickly. This weapon is banned in all competitive tournaments for this reason, although you can use it as you wish in any public games. Last but not least is the Ubersaw, the most used melee weapon of the medic. It fires slower than the other melee weapons, but if you hit an enemy with it, the Ubersaw will grant you 25% more charge for each swing. As a medic, this is a huge bonus that can be gained very quickly. In fact, combining the health regen, the speed bonus and the charge bonus of the Ubersaw, the medic is a very lethal melee class. In the second part of this tutorial, I will talk about more in-depth part of the medic in TF2. If you guys like this one, please stay tuned for the next part. Oh, and one last thing, remember to always stay creative. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Ready for the charge, head! Oktoberfest! Gah!
Use it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I did say use it.
Ja. Ja. Oui. Oui.